Hi, Tony Selzo here. Man, we get and find more technology companies that are really doing some tremendously disruptive things to change the way we market and sell and communicate. I mean, this fusion of how content is going to change the way we brand companies, the way we market companies, the way we sell companies, it's a revolution, and you better plug in, you better get your head engaged into how the marketplace is changing. I have Yael Swerdlow, who is the CEO and founder for Snapshiz. Snapshiz.com is this great fusion of taking some of the power of what Instagram has done and what Twitter has done and really building a marketing medium that didn't exist before. Not only do they integrate with 10 social mediums, they really have a way for brands to connect and engage with their thought leaders and with their customers never done before. Yael, what brought this inspiration on to get this show to get your show off the ground, to make this thing go?
Hi, Tony. Well, I'll tell you, I'm a longtime photojournalist. I've been a photojournalist since I was 14, actually. And that's a lot of images. And
Wow.
I've always believed more than anything else in the power of a photograph to connect with people. And as a professional photojournalist, I've shot for the LA Times and Associated Press and a bunch of other organizations, and really realized that the passion that people have for sharing their lives has now become visual. I mean, think about it. A generation ago, we didn't even want to see our uncle's vacation pictures of Acapulco. And now we're sharing over 2 billion photographs a day on social networks. And Instagram definitely has fed so much of that. But there's, the genesis of Snapshiz is that there's definitely more to life than waffles and cats. And not to disparage waffles or cats at all.
Right.
Them and like them, but there's so much more potential there to really create relationships and fuel creativity. So that's what kind of gave birth to the idea. My co-founder Matt Reed, he and I used to work together at the LA Times, and we actually have a game that we came up with that we needed funding for, and so Snapshiz became that. And then when we looked at it and went, wait a second, this is a great business idea, so let's go with that too.
I was gotta tell you, I've been reading Joe Paluzzi's new book called Epic Content Marketing, and he's making a business case for what you're doing, because this intersection that the one of the things that we've been telling our clients is brands, your brand is not your name. It is not a statement. It is a conversation, and you better join the conversation with the marketplace in a way that's engaging. And that's really what has impressed me about what you're doing. I mean, Instagram is all fine and dandy for somebody saying, and maybe we can insert and interrupt and put our message in that medium, and that the same thing with Twitter. But being able to gamify and to create part of that experience through social and have your thought leaders share and drive an overall campaign, and then to even quantify that and track it and see the impact. I mean, you're creating a whole new ecosystem there that didn't really exist before. I mean, is that fair?
Yeah, it is actually, and thank you for putting it more succinctly than my few cups of coffee will let me do that. It's a really interesting thing because exactly, it's about driving the conversation and it's about driving engagement, and everyone's talking about it, but they're still trying to figure out how to do it. And, we are, as I said, definitely a post-literate society. We communicate in images now, and we're sharing, but there's not really any context to it. And so by gamifying photo sharing by group, and that's what Snapshiz is at its core. It's the gamification of photo sharing platform for brands. You're able to fuel people's creativity around the brand and have them become brand ambassadors in a way that hasn't been done before, because you're constantly engaging them. Snapshiz is ongoing. So you have missions and categories and contests that constantly are being refreshed. So it's not just a one-off campaign, kind of the way Instagram would do it Whereas, just like a one-off and your engagement only lasts as long as that contest is going, we are the opposite of that. We are engagement way past that one contest. And not only that, but we also automatically insert the hashtags for you, so there's no damage or so no danger of misspelling it or getting it wrong or whatever. So Snapchat is very, very complicated, or let's just say deceptively simple. I like that better. Snapchat is a very deceptively simple platform, but there's a lot of stuff under the hood.
So one of the things that IBM has been touting is systems of record versus systems of engagement, right? And it's scary to say this about a play that's so new as Instagram, but that really is a system of record. It is a statement. It's done. It's gone. It's out in the world. Allowing to complete the loop, to really allow the conversation to take place, to create the ecosystem where the brand, people are, I'm big into Kenneth Cole. I love Seth Godin, right? I've read, in fact, I think I was joking with you about selling more books. If I had $1 for every Seth Godin book I've sold, I'd be a millionaire. But we evangelize and create, really incredible marketing channels through word of mouth, and have for years, for these brands. Social is allowing a way to show that and track that never been before. But your platform allows not only that tracking, but that game, that back and forth, that the reward system, the gamifying versus my competition. I mean, if people will spend hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to pick what team that are on in the form of like the online gaming that the NFL does. I mean, wouldn't they do that for their own brand? And that's really where these new mediums are coming up that you create, right? That's where these technologies are leveraging really horsepower that's never been seen before. And these brands need to kind of become aware of this, right?
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, because, the Snapchat verticals are travel, tourism, destination, events, sports teams, as you said, either fantasy or otherwise, fashion, lifestyle brands, healthcare, and actually in telecom as well. One of the verticals that we're very aggressively pursuing are the telcos, because they're trying to figure out how to monetize all the content going through their pipes. And just having, Instagram, Instagram's not even preloaded, I don't think, on a lot of phones. So just having the various, like Facebook, Twitter, whatever, Pinterest, that's not getting them what they want, because they're not. And so I was up in, where I am now, in Silicon Valley, pitching the Telecom Council a couple of months ago, talking to them about how Snapchat could really fuel, their ability to engage with their consumers. And don't forget, everyone's competing for the same amount of money, whether it's a euro or a yen or a dollar, it doesn't matter. And so whether it's a travel company or a fashion brand, everybody wants you. And what Snapchat does in a really fantastic way is it creates a really nice relationship between the brand and the consumer. It's where it's a dialogue, it's a conversation, and it also obviously enables the brand to do real-time trend forecasting in a way, but by finding out how their consumers, how their customers see the world. What Snapchat is at its core is ask the central question: what's your worldview? What's the best photo of an idea? How do you see the world? And how do all of the things that you have in your life influence you? Yep. Or how do you influence them?
Yeah, we got 1 minute. What is the one thing you want to transform in how companies brand and go to market today? What's the one word that would describe that?
Oh, value.
You heard it here on the line. Thanks so much. Snapchat CEO, Yael. Hopefully, I know it's a lot warmer there than it is here.
Well, it's a little fogged in, but it's not bad.